All right, here we go.
Hi, my name is Monica, and my debate partner Diana are here to tell you that institutions of higher learning should be tuition-free. We will be explaining that the rising cost of tuition has created a more limited access and a lower desire to pursue a higher learning experience, and that there needs to be free college tuition due to the debt that begins to accumulate from the very first day, whether or not you are able to complete the degree. And also that there are misuses of college and federal spending. One of my first points in regards to the rising tuition cost I would like to bring up is that the concept of supply and demand. We define that phrase as the amount of commodity, product, or service available and the desire for buyers to buy it, which is a major factor in the regulating price. Since our country's supply and demand for education has increased, the tuition cost has consequently increased by 80% in the last decade alone. According to the Daily Dot, the education increase is twice as much as the healthcare cost and 4 times as much as the increase in housing costs during that same period. Also, Information Station explains to us an answer to a very important question. They ask, why does a higher education cost a fortune? And answers by explaining that it all boils down to supply and demand. Even with mounting tuition costs, college applicants still line up to compete for a seat in the university classroom. This relentless demand for higher education is primarily explained by the promise of higher wages. A college degree can help graduates secure a better job and a bigger paycheck. But because most universities can only enroll a limited amount of students, the demand for college education is higher than the available supply. Schools respond to this demand by raising the cost of college tuition. While that isn't geared towards the rich and ultimately increases the struggle with the poorer families, this rising tuition cost has deterred people from wanting to pursue a higher education due to the fear of having financial burden before they're even financially established. This brings me to my next topic. As a country, we miss out on a lot of potential young leaders and visionaries because they don't have the funding or the opportunity to complete an education, knowing that they will be in debt or put their parent in a financial disadvantage, which keeps them from pursuing a higher education. In a quote from Demos, poorer students and families aren't going to college because they can't afford it. Sarah Goldrick of the University of Wisconsin did some exploration of data and tells us that it indicates that the qualified and talented students who are concerned about rising college prices are 12 to 16 times more likely to forego college altogether. As a person who is able to attend college for free, I am not sure if I would have actually made the effort or believed that a dream of a degree was even possible. If I come from a family who scraped money together just to make dinner happen, and I am the oldest and was my mother's confidant, I knew way more than I should have about their finances and their struggles, and I would have never put my family in debt just for me to go to college. So, I feel that I am in the majority with the children coming from lower income families. We see how they struggle and wouldn't want to burden them any more than what they already have to deal with. When reading a campaign for free college, the mission statement said that when higher education seems obtainable and guidance is provided, students better understand how actions affect their future, leading to better academic outcomes. Upjohn Institute for Employment Research has extensively studied the Kalamazoo Promise in Michigan, that is a real town, by the way, Kalamazoo, and claims that the guarantee of free college tuition has led to a significant decrease in high school suspension and dramatic increase in the GPAs of students ranging from 0.17 to 0.60 with standard deviations. So people are trying to be better at a younger age, knowing that they have a chance to go to college. What could be wrong with that? An article in the Washington Post about a Bernie Sanders claim that back in 1978 you could work at a minimum paying job for the summer to pay for your college for the year. But today you would have to make a minimum wage worker an entire year to earn enough for 1 year of college in an annual in-state tuition cost. That's why so many bright young people don't go to college, don't finish, or graduate deeply in debt. With $1.3 trillion in student loans, Americans are carrying more student debt than credit card and auto loans. An American Prospect informs us that since 1998, the cost of attending a four-year college has increased by 1,122%. To support my claim that there's a high debt, Truth Out tells us that nearly 3 out of 4 college graduates have borrowed to cover the cost of their college debt, running an average debt of $30,000 each. And that, to finish off my significant claim, in earlier generations, college was the dream, the American dream, to get a degree and better yourself, to become the better generation than before you. With all of the recent political debates, Bernie Sanders has reminded us that the college degree is the new high school degree, and that as a result, it has become a requirement for parents to send their kids to college by any means necessary. He also states that the current pay beyond your means method isn't working. Consequently, this results with higher debt and more struggling families, especially in the middle class range. In regards to our inherency claim that misuses of individual college and federal spending is the main cause or barrier to a better future, we find that colleges seem to have a stronger emphasis on athletics and making colleges more appealing due to a reallocating of financial need to those who actually, instead of reallocating the financial need to those who need it. In a quote from the Daily Dot, an NCAA study found college sports revenue had only grown 3.2% between 2012 and 2013, yet the expenses for these programs had risen 10.6%. They also claim that only 20 colleges see any profits from their sports programs, and they also encourage future and prospective students to look at this information before applying to a college, and claim donation-ready alumni who are still paying off their own debt should also look at this as well. Even with our college, they made our college more appealing by adding the new library and cafe, which are not used as much as they should be unless, of course, it's finals week. To address the federal misuses of spending, Credo educates us on the fact that making college free tuition would cost less than what we already spend on the patchwork of financial aid programs that we currently support. They claim that according to a recent account taken by the Department of Education, the cost of making college free is $62.6 billion. That is less than 1/10 of the year's $631 billion in defense, and it would help. And the government is also spending $69 billion on Pell Grants for low-income students already. That's not even including the loan cost. To solve this major problem, this country should be giving free tuition. It would save the government money to keep future leaders and innovators dead-written before they even begin their careers, and would help keep dropout rates low. The dropout rates would decrease because of financial instabilities and worries, and won't be a heavy-set burden to complete the college degree. We should place a cap on athletics and department spending while taxing the higher 2% at a normal rate, and stop giving so many tax write-offs for corporation and Wall Street. This will assure the dream of furthering an education at a higher level without having financial deficit. The American dream should again become a reality. I know I went over, I'm sorry.
Way over.
He kept telling me.
You went way over.
I know.